Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's a little late so I have to keep it low, but I felt like the karmic reading was not complete and it had some weird type of energy attached to it. So what I'll take back is the fact that first and foremost, like what I'll take with me, your person is jealous of you, your DM or your DF. And I'll tell you it's because they can feel you like leaving them, or your energy leaving them. You know, they don't know what you're up to. So, you know, they keep going round and round in their heads about like what you're doing and who you do it with. And for some of them, they have all the reasons in the world to be jealous. I can tell you, our DMs have like a jealous spirit, people. They don't like to share us with other people, but at the same time they do what they want, you know, to us. So, you know, that's just how he feels. And then I can tell you this guy here has changed. Something has changed. And again, it's the fact that you would think, you know, like, you know what, I don't ever want to see him again. Me and him, never again. He wants to change that. He wants to change you from feeling like that, you know. And the way that this card change came after I was wrong is like he did what he wanted to. And then something happens and now he can see all the wrong that he has done, you know. And you can see it here to the card. I have regrets and I messed up. And please help me. He's in a bad spot, you know. Because he did not care, like I always say, until he started caring, you know, and then this thing took a turn that he did not expect. Believe me, otherwise he wouldn't have treated you that way. Okay. Now, so as to this here is a reading about DM and the karmic energy. Pain, do you see that? I knew it, you know. All these cards, he's not doing too well. And I can tell you because my energies, it goes like it goes very smoothly like a wave. Your person keeps going up and down for the moment. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's really bad, but you know how he feels like as to right now, people. Communication, yeah, I told you in the part 1, I can see these communications coming. And I'll tell you, to him it be just like a cure to this pain that he's feeling here. So as to DM and the karmic, because you know I cannot channel the karmic's energy. And not that I'm not capable of, or that, you know, I wouldn't be able to do it. And you see that candle coming out? Let me tell you what I have in mind. It's just the karmic's energy is not here, people. Do you see the smoke? You better believe what your girl is trying to tell you. This is crazy. I don't feel the karmic's energy, people. But let's go on. If I see a 9 of cups, like, you know, like a significant one, I would know that your DM is like single or something. For some of you, I still want you. And I got one here. Sadness again. It's your energy, people, that's doing that to him. One more as to DM and the karmic. I have moved on from the karmic. I can feel that energy here. Let me go on. If he has not moved on from her physically, he's moved on from her in the best way possible, people, from the soul. And you better believe your girl, you know. Nourish, we keep getting this card. I'm telling you, DMs want to take care of you. They want to give to you, you know, and be in their energy, like the giver's energy. And I can see this change here to the stuff that I was trying to explain to you earlier. Something happened to him. I'll tell you what it is. You know, he looked into the light. He looked into the light, people. He's seen the light for some reason. It's funny. What I'm feeling here is really funny. You know, these things, you don't have to question them, people. It has to do with you. You forced your person to look into the light. And the karmic is no more important, you know. Awakening, yeah. That's exactly what's happening, people. That's crazy. Which is why he doesn't care about the karmic anymore. This here, I will have to let it inspire me, you know. Create space is the space that you are actually creating, or like respecting DFs, that's making your person like feel that way. People, this here is like a matter of energies, which is why I always take time to give you energies. You chasing your person is a repulsive energy to them. You putting space between you and your person is a pulling, is an attractive type of energy to them. So don't waste your time chasing these people. The thing that has to change is that you, divine feminines, have got to learn how to be in the receiving energy. And I'm telling you, to this card, nourish here, he wants to give. He wants to give. So keep creating the space, you know. And I'll tell you, for the ones who wonder why every time they reach union, you know, something happens, is because you gotta balance those energies. You gotta do it constantly, especially in union. Actually, it's like the moment he feels like pulling away from you, that's when you pull back too, and then he'll come back. But if you chase him, your person has been telling you ever since you've met him that they don't like being chased by you. Well, you know, just create space, people. And if you are creating space, this thing here, the very thing that I just described is happening to your person. Now he wants you back, you know. What I'm channeling, or the stuff that I'm telling you, is the truth, people. It's funny. The couple of things that I have to share, you know, because this card channeling is speaking to me. Some of you are dealing with karmics that are like two-faced people. It's like even your DM don't even know who they truly are. But you know, they're in for the gain, or whatever it is, you know, they're not like you, the karmic. It's not that they care about like simple things or whatsoever, or about love, you know, they got some other agendas for some of you. Some of your karmics have babies, you know, just to keep your DM. Like every time it goes wrong, another baby, you know, every time there's a problem, like, you know, or she feels like he would leave, then another child comes along. I can also see like a marriage, you know. I keep getting that energy, something that's really fresh, and the people know that it's already over, you know, but they're too scared of losing face, so they will write this thing out a little bit longer. And what I can see, what remains, is again that idea of like a change, because this guy went ahead, you know, and literally burned his 3D eyes by trying to look into the sun, people. It's as simple as that. And by you creating space, you know, you force him to look into that light. And I hope that you heard me. this here? It keeps coming back to, I'm telling you, it's like your chance, people. An opportunity or something, or like a contact point between you and your person. And I'm talking to the Fs now. You don't even understand that to go towards the light, he's got to go through you. It's funny, but you will get the picture. There's like a sacral picture, like behind the stuff that I'm trying to explain to you, and I hope that you're catching it here. It's just that this is a square, you know, but it could have been something else. He needs to go through you to reach the light, people. Is as simple as that. So would you talk about the karmic situations, please? What's going on between DM and the karmic? That's crazy, you know. He's telling me here, you know, do you understand, sooner than later I'm going to explode, or I won't be able to take this thing here anymore. Your person's under pressure, pain and sadness here. And as to right now, that's exactly how he's feeling. And this here, I have to see the following cards, but I can feel here a karmic pushing your DM to his limits, you know, and he can't take it anymore. This thing here is in reversed. I need clarification here, but I can see some of you being done with the King of Cups. And that there was something that you had to do for yourselves, you know, DFs. Like a King of Cups is no longer part of your equation, and that there, like, it's not a victory, but it should tell you that you're definitely headed, you know, in the right direction. And I can tell you, I can feel it here. Some DMs are losing their feelings, you know, for the karmic. And I'll tell you why. I know it to this card here is because he knows the karmic is not going to remove this pain, literally, that he's feeling. She's not the cure for it, you know, is exactly what I'm seeing here. Let me go on. So as to DM and the karmics. This here is crazy, people, but for some of you may be dealing with the King of Cups, and this is getting a little bit specific, but bear with me. It's going to even resonate even more, you know, if you're dealing with the King of Cups. This guy here is in a family. Well, I can tell you that family is a little bit too busy or too crowded for him. I can even see it here to the World card. And to that Temperance card, all this guy would want, you know, is a little like quiet time to himself. He cannot find that, and when he can't, he's actually thinking about you, people, believe me. Or like the idea that he chose the wrong woman or something like that, you know. You would know. And for anybody else, it's the same thing, but it will resonate more with the King of Cups. Somebody who's in, like, you know, it's too much, too many children, too much to do. The family is too crowded, you know, and he wished he had his quiet space. Or believe me, the idea of having children, and many of them with the wrong woman for some of your DMs. Let me go on. This here I need to clarify. This here, people, is a weird feeling that I'm like having. A couple of things that I'm channeling. For some of them, like, believe me people, he's like withdrawn emotionally from the karmic. And some of these karmic, you know, think literally that there is somebody else in their lives. Like, why is he like that when it comes to me? And my ears, people, is like, you know, I don't know if you know that feeling. Like when you are in an airplane or something and they close up, that's exactly what's happening to me. So I know this thing here is so true. It's like literally I could hear it in another form. Ooh, sorry about that. The karmic thinks there is somebody else or that he's cheating, you know. She doesn't even know what's going on. He's become the chaser of you now. But she doesn't even know what it is, you know. But she can feel something is up with him. Believe me, the karmic is thinking there is somebody else. Or she's like into her head about this thing here. Is like, you know, where where does his interest or like where does his passion or mind goes towards, you know, because she knows it's not with her, believe me. And I can tell you this guy keeps fantasizing about this like connection here, you know, the hangman to that Three of Wands, like, you know, projecting himself again literally in the future, you know, where he would be emotionally fulfilled. And you can see it to the Empress here. Believe me, it involves doing that with another woman. Let's go on. I need to see a strong like divine feminine basically. But I'm telling you, your person is looking towards the future with you. Even if he's not moving or acting on it for the moment, you should just know that this guy is in the chaser's energy. And believe me, the karmic, she can feel that. But she thinks, you know, he's like with somebody else. I don't know how to say this, you know, I repeat it often. And I know that some divine feminines have a true problem with that. If you want these things here to work out like I described them, please, you know, don't get involved with your person until he lets go of these situations here. Otherwise, you are in the wrong and then karma is on to you. But if you act the right way, normally you should not be the third party that the karmic has in mind. She thinks it's somebody real that he's sleeping with and stuff like that. If you're a true divine feminine, you come through and be like, no, no, no. I'm emotionally stable, you know, the guy's not sleeping with me because I don't touch other people's men, you know. So all of this is just in your mind, karmic. But karmic, you should be even more worried because this is a divine connection and now he's chasing me energetically. And I hope you caught the message. The karmic is suspicious, you know. I need one more here. And it's because his mind is drifting away and she can feel it. That there, for the ones who know how I like it, to me it's like binary code. It's like saying yes, 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 yes to the stuff that I heard in my ears, to that like Empress energy here. Believe me, people, I can see myself here even in the Magician. Like, yeah, I once was a chaser, you know, but at the end of the day I found to my emotional stability. I'm ready for this thing here, and Spirit is saying yes, yes. And believe me, people, the best way to like be in the right energy is to know that the karmic is nothing compared to you, no matter how it looks, you know. Yeah, you cutting him off is everything, people. And if nothing, you making him respect him, you know, even to that Queen of Pentacles and that Empress energy. You know, it's like maybe one day I'll have to do a video just about that, you know, as to what is the feminine energy. You ever heard of PUSSY worship? That's what I dare not say on my channel, people. You gotta get your mind into it. You have no idea. That's what that's like physically, this very thing that I just talked about is the essence of being a divine feminine, and you're like waiting for a phone call and like crying over this is because you don't know where you're going to go, you know. And that's what I mean when I talk about like being the receiving energy people. It's like you're supposed to be like an empress or a queen, you know. If he's like in a good mood, he may cook for you, massage your feet, go get the stuff that you want to, you know, eat, and all of these things, you know. And all you have to do is keep on supporting him, whatever his plans are, whatever, you know, like keep like encouraging him to be the best version of him. That's the feminine energy. Well, believe me, you gotta wake up these two queens here within you. And if you have, it's doing something to your person. He literally wants to worship it, you know. Let me go on. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? You better believe this PUSSY worship is real, people. That's how you get your union, you know, when you start being in that mindset. And I hope that you heard what your girl is trying to tell you, if you've tapped into that energy. You remember what I told you earlier? The karmic is losing her mind, people. She thinks there is somebody else, and from thinking so much of that somebody else, your person is like in, I mean, the karmic is in the dark night energy, man or female. Believe me, it's like, you know, she can feel it, people, that, you know, somebody is after her man, literally. And I can feel something here. It's even more the case if the karmic is a queen of pentacles or if she's a queen of swords. And I hope you caught the message. She's losing it, people. She's like suspicious of something. She doesn't even know, you know, what's coming her way. Do you see that idea of like new love? This here, if it wasn't here, I'd be like, oh, these people are like so in love, you know. That's not what I'm seeing here. I know it to that dark night of the soul, like their union turned into something that they did not want, you know. They did not expect it to be. And I keep telling you it's because energetically you ghost them, you know. Let me tell you what your DM is about. This new love, this pure love, and this new family for some of them. When he drifts away, that's exactly the type of things that he's thinking about, believe me. And that makes him happy, believe me. The karmic can feel that your person is like, you know, into something else. Well, I can see that something else here. And I keep trying to tell you, 2021 is like a year of cup energy. I know it's, people. Do you know what I'm trying to tell you? Do you see it here? Yeah, he's hiding it. He's hiding this plan here, like where he wants to be from the karmic. Some of them are just buying time with this karmic because they know that this separation here is coming, people. Believe me, that idea of being with the wrong type of woman is very real. And I'll tell you why. It's because with you, it's like it's magic, people. The karmic can't give that to them. And I'm not saying this, you know how I am. For those who follow, I'm not saying this to make you hear what you want to hear. I'm saying that because that's the energy that I can feel, people. That cup energy and him like being single, I told you at the beginning of my reading. Some of you have to speak to your DM because you'd be surprised to know that like water has gone under bridges and that, you know, they're not in the same situations that they, you know, used to be in. Some of them are single, and if not, believe me, emotionally they're going towards this here. And I've had that card before too. Let me go on. As to DM and karmic situations, and you know, like, excuse me, usually I don't have to do that. I don't have to keep like calling in the energy. I'm really trying to pull out some karmic energies, people, like, so DM and karmics, I gotta take this back, you know. But believe me, people, if you're dealing with the King of Swords, this guy is single, people, now, and if he's not, he will be very soon. Let me go on, because it's like I can see it here. Believe me, people, some of these marriages are dead, and it's me saying that to you, and that's all I'll say. Some of these marriages are dead, you know. They've become just like a masquerade, people, but inside you can even see it here to that dark night of the soul. Believe me, people, dead, like, you know, like even God cannot resuscitate you, because that's not part of like universal law at this point here. Dead like that. Some of these marriages are dead, people. This here to that high priestess, you know, it's like, believe me, people, there's like a part of mystery that's not there for your person anymore, which is why he wants to be like independent now. And the craziest part, people, he's not even like fighting it anymore. I keep getting that energy too. Wherever he is now, believe me, people, your person is either like by himself, or single, or drifting away from somebody, or like, I don't know what it is, you know, but that idea of, you know, let me just be by myself, work out by myself, meditate by myself, a little bit like this, like he's taking his distance, people. And I can even see it here to that Seven of Wands in reversed, like just taking his distance. And at the same time, I'm telling you, he's not fighting that process anymore. I can see it here, and I need to clarify this card, but I feel like, you know, mystery is history to him now, and I know it to that high priestess, you know. Let me try to clarify that Seven of Swords in reversed. Yeah, he's not lying to himself anymore about the stuff that he did to you and where he puts himself, you know. And I'll tell you something else. He's not lying to himself as to, you know, this here is it like it represents the damage, you know, that he's got to cause along the way for some of them. And you would understand if they have children or like a family with people. And I'm telling you, some of them have many children with the karmic. This here is a little bit like accepting what he's got to do in the future. And believe me, people, he will do it. And I hope you caught the message. One more card. If you could talk to your person now, you would know that what he's hiding or been hiding is that this guy's been depressed, you know, hiding the fact that he's not doing well. And I'm telling you, he goes through this in phases, you know. And believe me, the karmic is like suspicious, and she's actually losing her mind around all of this here. Like, you know, she can feel there's something else. That's something else for him. Like, this guy here is trying to tell me throughout this reading, you know, to all this cup energy that I showed you earlier, that, you know, this song here, who sings that, you know? Beyonce. I'm sorry, people, it's like I got so many songs in mind, you know. The song I'd Rather Be With You. I think it's from Beyonce. That's the song that I can hear, like your DM singing to you. I'd rather be with you. I can see it to that 10 of Cups here. One more. It's like his idea of happiness has changed, people. Like, you know, believe me, like I'm living the wrong type of dream, you know, and check this out. Follow me. I'm sorry, you know, for being tongue-tied, but it's like happiness or joy. The joy that I'm thinking about is this 10 of Cups here, and believe me, people, it's with you. Like, you know, do you know what makes me happy in thoughts? This happiness here with you. This is crazy. And I need one more, but I'll tell you the message already. And I know it to that High Priestess, and even to that, what you call it, like, Four of Wands card. I don't know what's wrong with me. Him thinking that he was not your DM, believe me, he was a fool. And not just that, you know, he'll go out of that energy. And let me tell you another energy that he like did not do, or like didn't act upon the proper way. He's made the wrong decision too. I thought I was not your DM. I made the wrong decision. Believe me, people, I was a fool for that, you know, and all of that is going to change, because now I know, you know, like literally this union I got to obtain, you know, is what I can see here. He made the wrong choice, like definitely the wrong call. And this here is somebody telling me also, I didn't think that I was your DM. And believe me, people, I believe him to that full card here. This guy's just saying, you know, I didn't think that I was your DM, or I was important to you. And I believe him. Something's going to happen, or has happened. Let me see. This is funny. It's like different energies that I can feel, but I know I should follow them as they are true, you know. First and foremost, DFs, do you understand that some of these karmics are like spying on you? And even your DM, I can literally feel it here, you know. And believe me, your DM, he's literally keeping this like secret garden of his, you know, to himself. I need to clarify that truth, you know, but I can feel it here. It's like, you know, I'm hiding what's actually happening inside of me. I'm hiding it, you know. I'm hiding the truth, you know, from this karmic here. I'll tell you why. It's because some of them care about the karmic and they don't want to lose them, you know, or like to hurt them is what I meant to say. Like, you know, let me take it easy on her because of the things that we once experienced, you know, in the past. But that doesn't change the fact to these like 10 of swords underneath that he's going to do what he's supposed to. He even understands like there will be like collateral damage, you know, in this thing here. He will do it, you know. But like even if he does, he's not going to tell her the whole thing, people. Believe me, I can see it here to these cards. It's like he will try to do the right thing in closing this karmic cycle here. And you would understand why. It's because you changed your person for the better, you know. And you should be proud of him for like acting the proper way. And if he cuts out the karmic the proper way, believe me, you will have nothing but blessings, you know, with him. If he doesn't, you're going to get some karma. To me, this here is not bad, you know, for him to do so. Like, even if he leaves for you, he's not going to tell her, like, you know, what's going on between you two. Like the depth of your relationship, or like the power behind your connection. It's funny, you know, it's a little bit like he's grateful, but let me see. For what you've given him, and I hope that you're catching these people. That's crazy. I don't know if you realize that your DM, just like you, is not the same person that he was, like, you know, when you started this twin flame journey with him. And I'm telling you, DFs, you don't even have to believe me. People, these guys here are literally like thanking you for, like, you know, like introducing them to the spiritual world, to the point that they know what it is like to have faith now in something, you know. It's funny, but I hope you caught the message. Some of them, whether they tell you or not, they thank you for what you've done, you know, to them. The Tower moment. And I know it to that Ace of Pentacles here too. You know, believe me, this guy here is just buying some time. This here, I can literally see like a separation or like a breakup, people. I can see it coming, you know. And it's funny that I would read these cards like that, but that's exactly what I'm seeing, you know. Because mind you, this deck doesn't have tens. So, you know, I wouldn't be able to see the Ten of Swords in it. Well, I can see it here, people. Do you know what I'm trying? Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? Patience and planning. This guy is just buying time. But eventually he will break up, you know, from the karmic. But believe me, he's trying to do it the right way. And that's the right way to do things, you know. If you were me, I would encourage my DM to do the right thing by his family, his children, you know, a long-time girlfriend, whatsoever. I would want, you know, the whole thing to be like acceptable for everybody, because you know what they say is like, how you got him is exactly the same way you're going to lose him, and that's the truth, people. So let me go on. So if you get him the divine way, if you also like be patient and like contemplate this thing, you know what, literally only God could, you know, remove your DM from you, and God is not going to do that. So just like be like the divine way, catch your DM the divine way. And I'm still hearing that song, like, you know, I'd rather be with you. Because, you know, to that Empress here in the Magician, believe me, people, because you are a woman, you are a true feminine, and when I'm with you, it's like it's magic, you know, is what I can hear. Pay attention to the signs. This is funny, but I can see it here, and I know it came with the Four of Wands card, like, you know, the Union card. Your DM is ready to cut off like a karmic, people. And believe me, even more so if the karmic is like a Queen of Pentacles, people. That's what the signs are like cautioning me, or what Spirit, you know, wants me to see. And I can even see the pain coming from that karmic here. Some of these DMs are getting ready to cut off like karmics, especially if she's a Queen of Pentacles, and the karmic is going to end up hurt, you know, over this thing here. And your DM, he ends up in some kind of a pain too, you know, because he really, for some of them, they just don't want to hurt the karmic, you know. Yeah, do you see that? Especially if they have children with the karmic. They're trying to leave this thing, you know, in the cleanest way possible, and I cannot blame them, you know, for that. Yeah, I can see it here, to pay attention to the signs. You know, some of these karmics are definitely going to feel rejected, people, or are already feeling like that, you know. And I'll tell you why. It's because mentally, and even crazier than that, in like their soul space, you know, they're drifting away from the karmic, and she knows that. She can feel that. Patience. For some of you, that's what your DM is like sending you as a message. Like, you know, just the stuff that I told you, I need to do this right. And believe me, you would know that that's the truth. Anybody else is like messing with you, trying to waste your time, is if, you know, these people have a family and children with somebody else, then you would understand why you need to have a little bit of patience. Like, he cannot throw away everything just to run off to the sunset with you. And I hope that you heard me. This Union card. Believe me, people, to all of that cup energy that I saw earlier, your person, he just wants his happiness, and he wants to go home to a place where he's loved and appreciated and all of these things, people. A place of joy, a place of, like, you know, intimacy, emotional fulfillment, of like pure heart, of a pure connection, of an endless type of love, people. That's what he's thinking about. That's what home is to him, you know. And believe me, he's not feeling it, you know, where he is. He keeps telling us, he keeps dreaming, you know, about it. And I hope that you heard me. Let me go on. It's funny, yet again, this thing is a collective thing, people. It's not happening just to one divine masculine, and I hope you heard it. And that's the truth, people. It's a collective thing, and you better believe the stuff that I'm trying to tell you. Like, literally what's underneath this is the truth, people. Just pick up your truth, you know, in these messages. And I can even see it here yet again. That Union card again. Your DM, he definitely wants this union with you. And, you know, for some of you, you have to have some more patience, you know. If your DM doesn't have children or a family with somebody else, and he tells you he needs more time, you know, don't listen to him. But anybody else, have patience, you know, with the guy. And I know there's one more, like, union card here. Here it is. Your person's got union and that cup energy that I keep talking about on his mind. And one more card. This here is the same idea again, people. Do you see that to the card, like patience? Believe me, people, for the ones who have like families elsewhere, you're going to have to be like a true divine feminine about this thing. And understand that he cannot cut it off like just like that, even though he wished he could, or he's thinking of ways to do just that, you know. But you gotta be like a little bit reasonable when it comes to these children here. Luck is on your side. It keeps coming back, you know. That's funny. It's a little bit like if he's looking into your direction, a little bit like, you know, divinity is going to help him. I keep telling you, people, don't get your hands dirty. Just let like higher powers do this thing for you, and you just keep praying to the higher power. That's all I'll say. Prosperity lies ahead. It's a little bit like, you know, his plan or whatsoever he's got in mind, he can have that ahead of him. That 10 of Cups energy is not where he is right now. It lies ahead of him. He can see that, you know, or he's looking towards that. Conclusions are within reach. If your DM is not feeling like this now, believe me, you keep your energy, he will be feeling that sometime really soon, you know. But like I can tell you, a lot of DMs are going to come to these sort of conclusions here. And I can tell you why. not having your like, you know, like life energy, essential energy, divine energy, love energy. It's doing something to him, people. It's a little bit like he didn't understand why he felt so good when you cared so much for him, you know. He thought he could fly, like, oh Lord, all the girls are looking at me now. I never knew I was this fly, you know. That's the effect that you had on your DM primarily. Well, if he didn't understand how good you made him feel, believe me, he can feel your absence, people. So you better believe, like, most DMs are going to come towards these conclusions soon. But you gotta keep your energy. Remember what I said about like repulsive energies, you know. It's very important, people. Bring love into the situation. That's what he wants, actually. And I know it to that card. Prosperity lies ahead. And the stuff that I tried to tell you. These situations, they may look perfect from the outside to some of you, but if love is not into the situation, you know, he's going to keep looking forward, you know, to his own, you know, ocean of emotions and of love. You know, that's not where he is for the moment. It's a little bit like with that card, visualize, you know, he projects himself onto the future when it comes to these things here. And believe me, the karmic knows it. Expect powerful change. Yeah, I saw it to that tower and that death card earlier. This here to me is a breakup, people. I told you this deck doesn't include like tens. It can never be complete. To me, this here is completion of some form. And hold your vision. Do you see what Spirit is trying to tell me? Is that I'm right, you know, about the stuff that I'm seeing here. Let me go on. I can see a separation, a breakup. A personal issue reaches resolution. And I don't know why I'm tongue-tied, but believe me, people, I can see a breakup. And communication is key. And I can tell you something else that I'm feeling is like, you know, your DM is going to come forward with, for some of you, with exactly the stuff that I've been talking about, saying to you, you know, I want to be with you, but you know, because of this family or like because of these true karmic situations that I got, I can't be with you now, you know. And you gotta be a little bit cool with those people, like, you know, play your part literally. And support them. Support them. Don't feel like they're wasting your time. And if your DM doesn't have true karmic ties and he keeps, you know, talking that talk, that's the energy that you gotta be in. Cut him off, like, you know. And I'll tell you, this reading is going to resonate more with you if you are the karmic or DM is a Cancer, Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Taurus, and that should be it, people. And you should be expecting like powerful change. I need one last card and that'll be it. The Thinking Woman. Being your Queen of Swords energy, people. You can see it here. I don't really use this deck, so I had to think of it for a second. It's funny, you know, I could see, I went into the picture. I can't explain this, into that card. But yeah, as I'm thinking, be in your Queen of Swords energy. That's the energy that's going to facilitate this whole thing here for you. So that, people, that was the part 2. I'll come back for some more reading, especially, you know, about this new year starting. So that, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, you know, you can also make donations to the Empress and her family, or donations to my channel, or book a personal reading with me. Everything is in the description box. Have a nice one. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you soon. And stay healthy, people. Bye bye.